Hello there, everybody. I know I'm sitting here without a shirt on. It's really hot. I'm in Santo Domingo right now, and I wanted to give you guys an update on my progress and what I've been doing here, and see if you guys can learn something from me.
This is a day I've been looking forward to for 2.5 years.
Yellow paint. Nathan made the black line.
Where they're moved for about 3 minutes, then line, then they get a little point.
We dedicate to these people out here getting brain. But the pursuit of the money is reality. Never phone on a click that you can't evaluate.
So, I've been here for 3 weeks already. I spent the first 2 weeks learning Spanish. Puedo hablar español ahora. I can speak Spanish pretty well now, enough to basically have a conversation with anybody about anything. Now, I don't know every single word. Sometimes I don't get people what they're saying, but I'm at the point now where I can see fluency. I can see it. It's close. I've been studying Spanish for a few years now, and there's definitely a lot more for me to learn, but I can see how I can get to being fluent. I would consider myself intermediate level in Spanish. Besides learning Spanish, my other goal for while I've been here is to invest in real estate. And the real estate here is very, very, very interesting, I think. I think there's a huge opportunity in Santo Domingo to invest in real estate, in Santo Domingo, which is the capital of the Dominican Republic. Taxes are low. You can get loans here too, but it's a very cash-heavy market, which is a good thing because the rent to price of the property ratio is very, very, very low here. I've calculated that you can get you have a 6%. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Wait, no. I did the math wrong. If you purchase, if you here where I'm at in Millon, which is a nice area of town, but it's not the best area of town, you can buy a condo here for about 60 grand. And with 60 grand, you can rent it out for $500 a month. That's normal rent prices here in the city. So if you multiply that out, that's just under 1% a month, or if you multiply that out, that's 6% a year. No, 650. God, my math is still terrible off the top of my head, but it comes out to be 10 or 11% rent ratio. I mentioned before the $100,000 price range in the city center. There you can find rents higher, but it's a lot more drastic, and it really depends on the type of apartment, how new it is, can you find someone to rent. But for sure you can find someone in this part of the city, $60,000 rented out to them for $500. I think there's a huge opportunity here, and what my plan is to, because I don't have that much money, I don't have that much capital, I'm very young, my job is cool, but I don't make a ton of money from my business, from my consulting, marketing, video editing, video production business. It doesn't make me enough money to just be able to, I'm gonna buy one of these in the next month, if you know what I mean. So my plan is to go talk to a friend I have who is a fisherman. If you're watching this, you know who you are. Ask him if he wants to invest in a deal. I'm gonna ask my grandmother, see if she wants to. My girlfriend's father, who has told me repeated times that if you have a business idea, come talk to me. I'm gonna talk to some other people too. For example, one of my clients for my marketing business, I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna ask a bunch of different people. Like I said, you can get loans here, but you have to have, it's probably around 50% down, and the interest rates are really, really high compared to the United States. They're 7% here. The interest rates here are really, really, really high. But then again, you're paying 50% down in cash, so 7%, let's say you buy a property, $60,000, you put $30,000 down in cash, you get the other half. Your rent prices are pretty high, but you're paying 7% usually fluctuating interest on your investment. So what I'm thinking is, if somehow you could get American loans to buy apartments here, you would have such a huge advantage when it comes to the local investors. But what I want to do is, I don't want to put it on the normal rent market here. I want there to be that option. But however, I think Airbnb is a huge untapped market here. There are no Airbnb management companies. So if we can get some experience in how to manage an Airbnb, I have a meeting scheduled with my Airbnb host, who is a super host, ask him some questions about it. I think that you could get way higher rates if you can manage it on a good Airbnb. I've got a friend here he's young, he's ambitious, he's knowledgeable, he speaks English and he speaks Spanish, and he wants to invest in real estate also. I'm kicking it with him later this week. Not later this week, in 2 days from now. We're heading over to the cigar shop. We're gonna chop it up. We're gonna discuss some of this stuff. I think Santo Domingo is a huge ripe market. I've even started putting together a website, because at the end of the day, I want to show that I'm putting effort into this. I want to make a video of me touring the real estate. I want to do more research on more about the taxes, the rent laws, all sorts of different things. I've been to a lot of the different neighborhoods in District Nacional, which is kind of like this core city center. I've been to Ensanche Naco, I've been to Piantini, I've been to Miraflores, I've been to Millón, Los Millones, Millón, El Millón, I've been to Zona Universitaria, I've been to Gascue, I've been to a lot of the, in quotes, hot neighborhoods here, and I think that there's a huge opportunity, like I've been saying. I feel like Santo Domingo is growing really fast. I mean, you can just look at the numbers. The Dominican Republic as a whole has been growing like 6, 5, 7% a year on average for like the past like 10 or 15 years or something like that. They're very close to the United States. They experience huge amounts of tourism, usually to the other parts of the country, not so much Santo Domingo. But I don't want to invest over in those kinds of beach towns, because they're heavily reliant on tourists. Here, if you can't rent it on Airbnb, you can always fall back on the normal rental market. Banks here they have insane interest rates, like America in like the 80s kind of interest rates, like 5% on cash, 4% on cash, super duper dope. I'm gonna go talk with one of the banks about more of this kind of stuff to learn more, because I'm probably am wrong on a lot of this. But the laws, okay, about the government's very stable. The political parties are, there's a little bit of difference, but in reality they're all the same thing, which is a really good thing, because you don't want it's all the way over here, then it changes all the way over here, and there's no political instability here. There's no socialist party that has any amount of popularity, so you don't have to worry about a Venezuela type thing. Obviously, Dominican culture is really cool and all that stuff. The Dominicans that I've met have been very cool. Some not, most of them very cool. However, I think there's a huge opportunity here in Santo Domingo. So therefore, I've been working on a website, creating a website to increase my professionality. It's called Ardenia Americana. A little play on words there. Americana is, you think of it in the United States of Pax Americana, which means like the United States on top or whatever. But here, when people hear the word Americana, they think Latina America, America Latina. Here, when people say American, Americana, Americano, they think of the whole entire continent, north and south. So I find that very, very cool. Yeah, that's the gist of everything. I'll give you guys an update later on. Thank you guys very, very much for watching. This has been Emmanuel Ardenia. Thank you very much.